Dave Wessels was in here saying that it felt like a loss for him because of the whole context of the season. Does it feel like a win in many respects because of the bonus point you got?
No, I thought the Waratahs played really well, and I thought they deserved to win. But yeah, our season's still alive, which is nice. So we've got to play better next week.
And that obviously you knew what was at stake by taking that last sort of late penalty. So how important was it?
Yeah, look, ultimately the season it is. To be fair, even if we weren't, we'd probably still go for 3 there to give us a chance to win anyway. So, happy we, in the context of it, got that. But, ultimately we did get beaten. We lost the shield. So we need to win some more trophies because that's pretty disappointing.
Try saver holding up Jack's ball. What did he say to him on ground?
He was claiming it. I said, you didn't get that. And he goes, 50-50. I said, no chance. And we were just having a little bit of a laugh. So, it's not. A lot of things matter. It's a good play, but there are plenty of other plays that we didn't make as well. So it's a little bit frustrating. Ultimately, being pragmatic, we're still in the hunt. We still can make history for our club, and so that's important. We will look at the footage, all that kind of stuff, but we're still in the hunt, so that's a positive.
Yeah, and I think, to be honest, probably quite pleased with the resilience of the group. We're effectively in a quarter final now, but I thought the Waratahs were better tonight, but we hung in and we did what needed to be done to keep the season alive. And I think in a macro context, we've been on the road since June. We playing a home game in front of Waratahs fans. We've got the Waratahs banner behind us. We've had no home games. We couldn't be more in Waratah country. I think if we played more in Waratah country, we'd have to play in Roger Davis's lounge room. I'm pleased with the guys. The fact that they, under those difficult circumstances, hung in, and we've got our destiny in our hands now, which is good.
Matt, the Force haven't won a game this season. I guess the assumption from most pundits is that you're just going to roll them over and cruise into the finals next week. But when you played them first time around, they were really tough. What are the dangers that game presents?
There's a lot there. I tell you what, if they beat us, they will consider, it a pretty decent finish to the season. So that aside, mate, for us, we have a chance to make history for our club, and that's all we'll be thinking of. Ultimately, we win that and we go through to the first finals that the Rebels have ever done. So that would be huge for us. So we have plenty to play for. Of course, they've got a lot to play for, all that kind of stuff. But there's enough there for us to make some history for our club. So we'll be focused about that, and we'll be ready for it.
Dave, how do you size up that challenge, just even mentally? Have you won a game? You need to forfeit if you're doing by 4 points or more. How do you prepare the group to kind of really just get it done?
I think it's I think about it like almost a quarter final, I guess. But I think we're good enough to beat any team in this comp. To be honest, almost in a way, I feel like the Waratahs have been a little bit our bogey team over the last couple of years. I know we've beaten them twice this year, but they're the team that's consistently given us trouble over the last couple of years for some reason. As a group, we probably prefer playing the Brumbies and the Reds. So we feel we can beat anybody in this comp when we play well. But I thought the Waratahs were better than us tonight. I think there was some real basic stuff that we didn't do well in parts of the game, and probably some individual performances that let us down, to be honest. And we gave them too many penalties. We gave them 13 penalties, and for real basic, silly stuff, which we haven't been doing in previous weeks. And that just allowed them to stay in the game. They only had to make 66 tackles the whole game. So when we ran at them, we caused them a lot of problems and we scored a lot of points. But we just let the pressure off too easily. Silly penalties, let them get back in our half. The classic one was probably, we had a great starter play from a scrum, went almost 80 metres, ball was turned over in the corner, they got a scrum around 80 metres, ended up scoring from that. It was just a game where we just did some real silly stuff and they fed off the back of that.
Dave, last 2 years you've been in position to secure a final spot, but haven't been able to win that last game. So what have you learned from those experiences?
Yeah, well, I'm 37, Christy, and that's why I look 50, you know, because of those sort of things, you know. But I think we've learned a lot, you know. I think probably, to be honest, the resilience of the group tonight, like as I said, I thought we were outplayed, but we, you know, Matt and the senior guys managed the game, mauled them, won penalties to get us back in the game, and ultimately get a bonus point, which is really, really important. And I don't think we, as a group, we would have done that probably, you know, last year. But you know, I'm also mindful of the fact, you know, a lot is made of how inexperienced the Waratahs is. But in reality, if you look at their pack, Robinson 50-something games, Robbie Abel more than 50 games, I'm sure. Tetra Faulkner 100-something games, Hannigan, Simmons 100 games, Hooper 100 games, nearly 100 Test matches, Dempsey, Wallaby, and you compare that to some of the young guys that we've played over the last couple of months in our pack. You know, we've also got to, you know, we've got to be tough on guys, but I've also got to realise that there are some young guys in the team that are learning their way through this, and it's really the responsibility probably on the senior players to guide us through the game. And some of the senior players did that well tonight, but some of us I thought let us down.
You all good?
So you're off. One more day. Oh, okay. Very nice. Enjoy.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everyone.